Hello everybody and welcome back to Insomniac Spider-Man videos, and oh my gosh guys, the day finally came. We're finally getting footage of the esteemed and anticipated Spider-Man for PS4, and boy does it look breathtaking. I mean, look, these first few shots you get in New York City, you can just tell these are the best possible graphics that we have ever seen in a Spider-Man game. And you'll get your first look at Spider-Man here, and he is truly in his true form. And Brian Intihar stated that he is 23 years old, so he is definitely older than the cinematic Spider-Man that we have in Tom Holland, but he is not quite as old as was possible, like in his 30s. But he's definitely experienced, and here you see our first gameplay officially. It definitely looks good. I definitely like how it looks. There are some similarities to the Amazing Spider-Man games, but overall the stealth looks good. I mean, you see right here, he it's really webbing him up instead of the Amazing Spider-Man games where you would only see like one strand of web and it would somehow like encompass his whole body, but they truly are going for the realistic aspect, and you can see the lighting. It looks incredible on Spider-Man, and his use of the environment and takedowns as look pretty similar to Batman Arkham Knight. And I know people kind of complain about Batman Arkham Knight, but in terms of gameplay, in terms of Batman gameplay, in terms of stealth gameplay, it is truly off the charts. And if Spider-Man can replicate the stealth gameplay, that'll be awesome. And here you see the combat. It really is something we've never seen before. It has some similarities to Batman's combat, but it is definitely something new and fresh. And you can see how he just uses his whole arsenal of webbing and acrobatic movement, and you can tell that the fluidity of the movement is something unparalleled and something we've never seen before. But here you see a cutscene where you get more of an introspective look into Spider-Man and his humor and what has happened in the past. And you can see Wilson Fisk here. It looks like either, because this is an experienced Spider-Man, this might be in his previous outings or previously in this game that you took Kingpin down, but it doesn't really matter. But here we see more of the open world, and it truly looks like a sprawling open world where you can go anywhere. They've stated that it truly is an open Manhattan where you can here you see that more of the environmental takedowns, and there it kind of looks like that takedown in Friend or Foe, which is good. It seems like they're taking the best parts of each Spider-Man game. And here you see a bigger thug, which is a bit harder to take down than the other ones, but it seems that we're going to be using a lot of strategy, including the environment and dodges, and it all looks really cool, guys. That's actually really cool. But yeah, so later tonight there's going to be a behind-the-scenes look, and I'm very looking forward to that. And hopefully we can get some more information. But here you see the New York again. It truly, there's something about it. It just makes it look so big, and it's truly HD graphics. And you can see how quick Spider-Man moves there off the wall. It looks so fluid. And here you see your first look at Mr. Negative. He, I believe that's Stephen O. Young. Remember how it was first unveiled that there was a Spider-Man PS4 project through Stephen O. Young's resume, and it looks right here that that is Stephen O. Young's face, so he must have been doing the facial capture of Mr. Negative, which is kind of cool, I guess. And you see here like how Spider-Man kind of makes a mistake, so he's experienced but he's not perfect, which I kind of like too, and he has to make up for his mistakes. And here it's the first look at a gigantic set piece. It might just be the biggest set piece I've ever seen in Spider-Man movies or games. And it's truly breathtaking. And you can see the cloth and fabric physics, and you see Spider-Man run up this crane here and pull off so many moves that we've never seen before. And it's kind of cool how his webbing can get thicker or it can stay thin. Right there you can see it's really thick. And some people don't like the quick time events, but I'm not overly against it. And here you see the web swinging. It looks slower at first, but that is only because it is momentum and physics based, so it's going to be more realistic. I know some people want to get really high when they're swinging, but I think that it will be possible. It's just that you need to build up the momentum to that, and I think that's a really cool thing. And I love how when he swings into a building, he continues to run on that building, and when he goes around a building, around a corner, he keeps up his momentum, and he never stops. And here, you can see the true cinematic timing that, like when he goes through that sign. Here he continues. And as he runs through here, you can see how it just, this set piece, I don't know if everyone's going to be like this, but you can see how truly complete these set pieces are. And here we're going to see more of the parkour that we saw in the cafe sequence in the original trailer. I don't know if we're quite going to control every movement, but if we don't, it's fine if we're just pushing forward. But it's really cool to see him move in the way that Spider-Man should. And this shot is really cool in how he swings that man back into the building, because of course he's Spider-Man, he can't let everybody die. And here we see a cool fight on the helicopter with Mr. Negative.
What are you doing?
And it is really cool, and it's really promising how we're probably going to have some more of these in the game, just like these, and we'll be able to experience it in a new and interesting way. And here we see Spider-Man attempts to save the city, and in a way that I've never seen before, and it's just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And so here we go, and here he jumps off, and another quick time event where you need to repeatedly press L2 and R2 to stop the falling of the helicopter and to save the New York citizens. And here you can see how many citizens there truly are and how many cars there are. So it's really going to be a lively New York, and I just love that about it. And here we see Mr. Negative again, and he does get away, so it is a question of whether he is the main villain or just a side villain, but I don't know, we'll see. And here, 2018, that's kind of unfortunate, but it's alright. Just have to wait a little bit longer. And here we see Miles is set up. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I'm not quite sure if they're going to have him later down the line and in future games, or if they just want to have him as a glorified Easter egg. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you are as excited about Spider-Man on the PS4 as I am. And always remember to stay stuck to these videos, webheads.